Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be swatching and reviewing the new China Glaze Summer 2023 collection called What's the Scoop? There are 6 new polishes in this collection and they all have a crelly jelly kind of formula. There's a little bit of white added. These are mostly jelly-like formulations. So I did have particular feelings about how these applied, so I hope you stay tuned and see how they go on for me, and let me tell you about my initial interaction with these polishes as well as how it went for me the second time applying them for the full hand swatch. So you're going to see me do 2 coats on my nail of each polish, and then you're going to see a full hand swatch so you can see how these would look as a full manicure as well. I will tell you my thoughts in the collection. Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I will also include in the description bar, as I always do, the link to where I went to go purchase these polishes at a discount, because I like to be able to shop for my mainstream polishes at a discount, and perhaps you do too. I will also have a short dupes and comparisons portion at the end of the video. This is something that I do a lot of the times with mainstream brands, because as a collector of these mainstream brands for about a decade now, I have amassed a large group of them, especially from China Glaze, SE, OPI. And so sometimes I give you guys comparisons, especially for China Glaze and OPI, so that if you already have something similar in your collection, perhaps you might want to use that polish instead of purchasing a whole new shade. So we're gonna go ahead and get into the live application right now. Let's get to it. All right, we're gonna start with Berry Yummy, a misnomer in the collection. This is the sunny kind of egg yolky yellow in the collection. We're going to go in alphabetical order as we always do. So this polish unfortunately kicked off the collection in kind of a not great direction. This polish was streaky and runny, and I did not enjoy this formula. This one was my least favorite probably out of the collection for formula. Some of the others were very similar to this, but slightly more manageable. But it was very indicative of how these were all formulated. So I would just pick a different yellow rather than this Berry Yummy. Freeze or burn, like I said, they're all kind of this jelly crelly formula. They're gonna apply similar to that yellow. But we're gonna go a little smoother sailing from here on out. So you definitely need at least 2 coats with all of these. You might want 3. These would be pretty fun to do jelly sandwiches for your summertime manicures. I didn't showcase that in this video, but as I'm watching these go on, I'm thinking about some fun combos you could do. As you can see, they have white in them. That's why you're getting some opacity rather than just a full jelly look. But they are sheer enough that you could see some glitter through if you wanted to try that. Next, we have this lime green. It is pretty, but I do have other lime greens from China Glaze that I prefer. It's just the formula has a lot of thinner in it so that it won't thicken up on the shelves, I think, and it makes it so it has a streaky formula. It just doesn't apply very nice, and then because it's kind of runny, it runs to the side of the nail, and so if you have especially curved nails, I think these will be really probably more of a problem for you. Just not my favorite formula, guys. I can't really sugarcoat it too much. I am able to get most of them pretty smooth looking at 2 coats, and that's what I'm swatching for you for all of these. Just 2 coats in the live application and 2 coats for the full hand swatch. This is Glad You've Melt Me. This is the most sheer out of the collection, the most jelly-like. And so you might want 3 coats on this one. I'm just going to show you how it looks in 2. So this one is kind of a mac and cheese orange jelly look on the nail. I didn't hate it. I think polishes that have red in them look okay as a more sheer jelly look on the nail, in my opinion. I like how they look on me just fine. And this one swatched a little bit better than those first 3 that we looked at too. So there's 2 coats of Glad You've Melt Me ? This next one is called Tan-Burr-ine, which this one should be called Berry Yummy. But anyway, the 2 pinks I was the happiest with upon finishing application more than the rest of the shades, probably just because pink is a little bit more pigmented. I had less streakiness on the nails. I was able to get it to lay smoother than the others, and these bright crelly jellies look nice in a pink colorway. So these final two were my favorites out of the collection. But you know, China Glaze does have a lot of beautiful summer brights / neons for you to choose from. So I always prefer to go with what polishes the best, because the painting experience, painting my nails, is a lot of the fun of really fun, colorful nail polish, is the experience of painting it. So I don't want it to be a hassle when I go to paint stuff on. So all in all, I will have some comparisons for you coming up. I didn't find any exact dupes, but a lot of similar enough things that have a little bit better of a formula. So definitely stay tuned so I can share some other polishes with you. But as a whole, the collection does do what I thought that it would. It gives us these bright colors for summer. And I just wish that, you know, they applied a little bit better. But like I said, these two pinks at the end were the loveliest in this formulation after I got them done in 2 coats. All right, we're going to move into the comparisons. So as you guys know, if you've been following my channel, I'm going to do some quick comparisons of other polishes from China Glaze to see if you perhaps have something that is already similar and you might want to use that instead of purchasing a new polish, just to help you out maybe a little bit. So we're going to start with the pinks. I did put them side by side because some of the comparison colors overlap. The lightest pink is called Would You Like a Cup or Cone? Or Will That Be a Cup or Cone? It's right there in the middle. I am comparing it to Peonies and Park Avenue, which as you can see dries matte and is a little bit darker. It's kind of more going towards the other pink there. And then I also have Shocking Pink next to it, which is more neon. It has more white in it, but it is close. It's close enough that if you wanted to wear that instead, it does dry matte, as you can see, which Cup or Cone does not. Next, the darker pink, is called Tan-Burr-ine. And the polishes that I have for comparison for that one, firstly, I put that shimmering one from the Dippin' Dots collection just so that you can see that they are pretty different shades of pink, plus obviously one has the shimmer in it. But Tan-Burr-ine in this collection is a little bit more like Hot Fruit Punch, and the Dippin' Dots one is more blue toned pink. And then another good comparison for you is Guava Mama. That one's pretty similar as well. So if you wanted to pull any of those out, there are some options for you. All right, so the yellow in the collection is called Berry Yummy, and it's one of my least favorites in the collection, even though I love yellow, but the formula was just no fun to work with. And I pulled out 2 colors that are the most similar in my collection to it, but neither of these had a fun formula either, just a heads up. Beak on Fleek from the Sesame Street You Do Hue collection is a very, even more egg yolky color, and it dries matte. It's just a whole own vibe, and did not end up looking similar once it was on the nail. The most similar there is Happy Go Lucky, and that one doesn't have a great formula either. So the brighter of the 3 is the Berry Yummy. Yeah, I guess I would just probably go with a different brand if I was like definitely needing to find this exact color, because I don't really recommend any of these 3 shades, to be honest. And I wanted to show you side by side with the one that's in the Dippin' Dots collection. It's much more neon, so you have that comparison there. All right, for the blues, in the middle there we have Freezer Burn. The 2 most similar in my collection are License and Registration Please and Blue Raspberry Ice. That's from the Dippin' Dots collection. I definitely wanted to show you those in comparison because I was super curious how similar they were. As you can see, they are different enough. Both beautiful blues. The most similar to Freezer Burn is License and Registration Please. It's slightly more green leaning, and it also has a pretty runny formula. So not really one that I'm gonna like super recommend to you, but if you already have these other shades, you might find that they'll do for you if you were looking for a reason not to snag the blue in this collection. All right, 3 super hot neon limes here for you. From the Dippin' Dots collection, we have the lime green with
the shimmer in it, and that's called Frosty Lime. It is very, very similar in color to the polish in this collection. One just has that silver shimmer added in. So this collection has Frozen in Lime, that's right there in the middle. And then very similar, just slightly more yellow leaning, we have Once a Witch, Always a Witch from one of their Halloween collections. Formula on that one is actually a little bit better. All the formulas in this collection were quite runny. I believe it's just due to them adding more thinner so that the polishes don't dry up too quickly while they're on the shelves. So I totally get it, but it makes for a not very fun painting experience. And so I would probably choose Once a Witch, Always a Witch over the polish in this collection. And that goes for like all the colors in this collection. They just were not fun to work with. Although we do have some really awesome bright shades here. All right, the orange in this collection is the last one we're gonna look at, and it is called Glad You've Melt Me. And this one was pretty sheer, so if you were looking for something with more opacity, I have some options for you, especially here's another Halloween shade over here. And that one's called Lady and the Vamp, and I like that one better formula-wise, so I'm gonna recommend that to you if you're just like dying for this color but don't like the formula. Grab out your Lady and the Vamp. I know it was a limited edition shade, so you might not have it in your collection, but if you snagged that collection, which I hope you did, you could use that one instead. A couple of other polishes that I have for you. We have Good as Marigold. That color is stunning. I love it. The formula is awesome. So if you don't have that one, ooh, you need that for summer. It is so, so good. And then the last one that I have for you is Sun Worshipper. That has a similar formula to the Beak on Fleek polish. It is kind of, it's a mac and cheese matte color, kind of streaky. I'm not going to recommend that one to you, but in the bottle they did look very similar. Actually, they are probably the most similar, but formula-wise, I'm not going to recommend that one to you. I just wanted to show you what they looked like side by side. All right, so that was my full swatch and review of the new What's the Scoop collection for China Glaze 2023. I have ordered the first of the 2 OPI Summer 2023 collections, so that should be to me soon, and of course we'll do a full swatch and review for that as well. I hope to see you back for another video. If you found this helpful, please think about subscribing and like the video. It helps out my channel, and if you subscribe and turn on the little bell notification, you won't miss any more of my reviews to hopefully help you out, give you some more information before you go shop for your polish. All right, guys, that's going to be it for today. I'll see you back for another review very soon. Bye!